Yo, Spatchcock Funk, and we're here to party it up, making one of our favorite dishes of all time. This is seafood gumbo. Now, gumbo is a dish that can feed a lot of people on not a big budget, as long as you do it right, and that's what we're here to do today. This one is based off of a gumbo that we had, the first greatest gumbo we ever had. We were in New Orleans, a little bit near the cathedral, and into this bar, and we knew that there were gonna be good food there. We were told that. So we walked into the bar, I ordered a beer, and I said, hey man, can you put a lemon wedge in that beer? And the guy said, absolutely not. And that's when we knew the gumbo would be good there, because those guys didn't take anything from anybody. But we took an idea for the recipe, so this is it. This is seafood gumbo. To start the party right with gumbo, you're gonna take about a 1/4 cup to a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil in a big pot. This is gonna help us with the Holy Trinity. The first, green bell peppers. Get some sweetness in there. Number 2, we got 4 peppers, 3 small to medium yellow onions, 6 stalks of celery. Now that's the Holy Trinity because those are the big flavors that go into everything, but the Pope, garlic. So we got 4 cloves of garlic. So we're gonna stir this up into that oil until we get it good and all sauteed and broken down. It's gonna take about 10-15 minutes. All right, now it's time to start the stock for this gumbo. We're gonna put 1 teaspoon of our own Cajun seasoning, 1 1/4 teaspoon of some kosher salt. We're gonna stir it up, evenly mixed in all the veggies. Now, the liquid phase. We are gonna put 32 ounces of seafood stock. If you can't get seafood stock, you can definitely use chicken stock. But since it's a seafood gumbo, we're going with seafood stock. Okay, now for the secret ingredients. The first one, this is hard to get. This is dihydrogen monoxide. Just plain, y'all, it's water. That's the chemical name for water. So we're gonna put in around 80 ounces of water, which is gonna help us kind of dilute a little bit of the seafood stock because we're gonna have a lot more flavor coming into this. Now, one of the real secret ingredients of gumbo and a lot of food is a good roux. This is a dark roux. We're referred to as a chocolate roux because of how dark it is. Now, what you do is take, for us, we took 1 cup of vegetable oil and 1 cup of all-purpose flour, put it over low heat and stirred it for about 45 minutes. This is gonna provide a thickening agent and really get us in a position to make this gumbo right where we want it. Roasted, nutty flavor, combined with a seafood, salt, fatness. That's what's up. Now, we've got this ready to go. It's been simmering for about 1.5 hours, and now we're gonna add the proteins, the best part. So from here, we're about 20 minutes out from being done. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1 pound of raw shrimp that we chopped up. That way everybody gets a bite. So we're gonna put that in there and let it go for 5 more minutes before we add our next proteins. We've got 15 minutes left. We're gonna put in 1 pound of drained crab meat, right? Like I said, every single spoon has gotta have that seafood. At the same time, we're putting in 1 pound of bay scallops, little cute little baby ones. 10 minutes left, bro. This is the final countdown. Here come our last 2 proteins. We have 1 pound of cooked andouille sausage. Louisiana-based style sausage, uses wine and some other spices to add a little bit of value to it, so that's gonna add some more protein and depth. And at the same time, we are also adding 1 pound of already cooked alligator meat. Now, we're not sure, is alligator seafood? Is it land food? Because it's in the water and on land. Either way, it tastes good. So give that a stir. 5 minutes out, here comes the final ingredient. This is gumbo filet powder. Now we're gonna put about a tablespoon in there and wait till the very end with about 5 minutes left, because filet powder becomes a little bit of a new flavor to it also that's unique to gumbo, but it's also a thickener. Now, filet powder is actually ground up sassafras, right? So from the South, it thickens things up, makes it a little bit different, a new flavor profile. Some people will also use okra. The reason why we haven't used okra today is because okra sometimes to us can get slimy in a gumbo, depending on when you add it, so we prefer the filet. Not that we don't love okra, but okra should be frying, not for sliding into gumbo. So 5 more minutes. Oh yeah. Now we're gonna plate this. And gumbo, just like its unique flavor profile, also has a unique plating style too. So we're gonna take a nice big bowl. We're gonna get a couple good honking scoops of all this seafood and brothy goodness in here. Now, once we've got that set up, the next step is it's served with rice, but rice to your liking. So actually you put the sauce, the gravy, everything else in there, and then a scoop of rice to your liking. So I like about maybe 2-3 tablespoons. Then a couple green onions over the top. Then a little parsley, a little more color. Now, time to dig on in. Spicy, tasty for the big game, for the big people in your life, the big flavor, the big easy, big gumbo.